This is the second part to own the shit that you do. I was gonna go into this, so I'm gonna go into it now. Because I've never been given any opportunities because most people, when they look at a short man, I'm 5'3", buck 20. There was no class weight for me in the UFC when they first came out. Your lightweight champions was 130 to 140, and I couldn't get weight till I joined the military. And it wasn't that I didn't eat. My metabolism just wouldn't let me gain weight. And I stayed in perfect shape. Not like now where I'm in horrible ass shape. Pride, Rec, ISK, none of them had my weight class. There was no light, fly, fathom weight, none of that shit. Now they have it. Now I'm in my 40s, like my almost 50s. No one's going to let me in the ring with this hip. No one. That's a liability. And they're like, nah, you can't be in the ring. If something goes wrong, we don't have to pay your hospital bill, blah, blah, blah. Granted, they do have insurance for that shit, but let's face it. I've aged out. We're not going to lie about that. I've aged out. I got a fighting chance if I'm in a street fight. Then they'll be like, oh, yeah, we all know you now because you beat somebody's ass and somebody had a camera and the shit went viral. Yeah, that'll be the only way you're going to know me. But that's because that's the only way you choose to know me. Versus the philosophy of martial arts versus what I actually can do and what I'm capable of. You don't care about that shit. But here's the thing. Being honest and owning your shit, it's not a bad thing. But it goes to show people's character. If you done bad shit to people, and you don't want to own that shit, it's fine. You don't really have to answer to that person. But let me explain something to everybody. When we leave this world, you will answer for your sins. And I just know that the line I'm in isn't going to be as long as the line that people who did shit to me is in. Alright? And then, one of the kids that used to bully me and pick on me, he's reaping what he sowed. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into detail, but let's just say the people that you pick on, your kids very well may wind up being like that person, or what you assume that person is. Your kids may very well wind up being like that person. And then you're going to be mad because, this sins of the father thing, that shit's no joke, yo. That shit is no joke. And if you think you don't have to pay on some level for your sins, well, you may be an atheist. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have nothing against nobody's religion. I don't want you throwing that shit in my face, but I don't have no problem with nobody's religion. And as far as my religion goes, I believe in the good Lord. I pray every night, and I try to pray every day. You got to thank the Lord for letting you wake up, even if you're waking up to a horrible ass life. You have to believe that somewhere, somehow, someday, things are going to change. Things are going to get better. However, when they aren't changing and when they aren't getting better, you need to be willing to make the change. Now, if I could go back in time to 23-year-old James when my life started going to hell in a handbasket, I would have gladly told him the path not taken, so that he could take that path, and so that James could be somewhere better than this James is right now. The first thing I would have told him, and I'm going to own this too, get the hell away from your family, because they don't give a damn about you. Don't try to save your sister from her asshole boyfriend. Don't try to save your other sisters from your asshole boyfriends. Let them learn the hard way. I would have told James, there are better things coming for you after your very bad incident. And if you can get away from being in a situation that gets you depressed in the first place, you will have a better life than the life you have at this moment. I would send him to the army, because that way he could be a real hero. And I would tell him, look, don't ever leave the army. And say, your acting career is not going to take off. Don't leave the army. Stay in that motherfucker till you die. Because that way you'll have benefits. And you'll be able to do something with your life other than be everybody in your family's bitch. And their kids' bitch. And though you change their diapers and raise them as best you can, they were taught to spit on you. They'll bleach on your clothes and never say I'm sorry. Or if you try to explain shit to them, they want to take the argument route instead of hearing what you have to say. But then they always got their goddamn hands out, needing something, wanting something, because some of their parents refuse to teach them right from wrong. And you can't teach somebody right from wrong when you don't do right your damn self. And that's the problem. If you can't practice what you preach, stop preaching. I don't tell lies. But apparently that's a big fat negative in my family because damn near everybody else does. You know, it's the way it is. Make sure my damn lights on. But the problem with life in general, you know, is that no one wants to own when they do something bad to someone else. They want to continue to use the I'm sorry bullshit apology. Let me explain that while I'm on this subject about I'm sorry. You know the main reason why people tell you that they're sorry? They tell you that they're sorry so that you can feel good about that in the moment. But if a person is truly sorry, well, one, they won't keep doing the same shit that they keep having to apologize to you for. Two, they would find a way to do things differently instead of doing what is convenient. And most people on earth are used to convenience. They're not used to, let me try a different route instead of doing it the right way. Let me do what the hell I want and damn the consequences. Which is how we have these problems in the world in the first place. And then they don't want to own it. Oh, well, I set you up for this ass whipping last week and that's how you got jumped. Yeah, no one's going to say that to anybody that they set up for an ass whooping. They're not going to do that. They don't have the balls to do that. But they had the balls to get your ass jumped. Alright? I'm going to talk about another incident in my life after this video. And that'll be my last video for the night. And I think I like to call that family betrayal. Now here's the thing. You know, no one wants to own when they hurt people. No one. And why is that? Because they don't have character. They don't want to sit here and defy the fact that, you know, yeah, I spit on you. I spit on you all the time. But I'm not going to own that because my public persona is that I am a nice person. And you're a nice person until you get home. Or you can be whatever you want out in the world because people don't know you like they should know you. As said in many a times and many a videos I have made, no one really knows you when you close that door. When you go to work, you're all prim and proper and respectful and great. But when you get home, you can be the biggest asshole on the planet. But none of those people at work are going to know that. Because they're not living at your house. They're not going to swing by your block and see you chew out your child. They're not going to see you take a belt to your child. They're not going to see you doing things that you should not do. They're going to see the professional, pretty you. They're not going to see the true you. And I've always said this throughout school. We all have multiple personality disorder. Very few of us own it. Alright? And I definitely own mine. Because at work, I'm very professional. I sadly talk way too much sometimes. But I own that shit. You know? In all my jobs, there's that shy period where you don't really talk to people until you get to know them. And then once you get to know them, there's that I can't shut my fucking mouth off, but I can shoot it off. And I'll just keep talking and talking and talking. And eventually, because I have a sad knack for pissing people off, that's exactly what happens. It pisses people off. It happened at TJ Maxx, which is why I got undermined and how I lost my job. The two people in charge really decided that they didn't like me. The Asian girl in charge, who was Filipino or Laotian, she didn't like me because I was more Asian than she was. Alright? And that's a problem. The guy who got me the job, he didn't like me because I was too honest and I didn't shut up. And then they fucked me over with this, you gotta put in your 2 weeks. Now, had the other manager been there, the one that retired before this incident, I'd probably still be working at TJ Maxx. But, you know, we're not gonna mention names unless TJ Maxx actually comes forward to talk to me themselves, which then I'll sing like a damn canary. Do I want those two people fired? No, I don't want them to lose their job, but I want them reprimanded so that they don't do that to some damn body else. And see, that's the right thing to do. Because I'm not out to get anybody fired. I've been fired for really, really dumb shit. And sometimes I've been fired for shit that I deserve to get fired for. I kid you not. When I once told a lady to wash her ass, I deserved that. That also wound up being part of the reason why I got fired on my day off. The other part of that reason because I went on the warpath because they had a Thanksgiving party and I wasn't invited, but I had to clean all that shit up. So that managed to combine with the same thing when I worked at Sears and I got fired on my day off. The very same weekend, the Ice Cube's Friday came out and I laughed my ass off and I didn't believe that shit could happen, and bam, karma does not fucking discriminate. I got fired that same weekend on Sunday, which is legally my day off. So, like I said, I've been fired for some shit. You know, I got fired from Burger King because the manager basically went over the managers of him's head and told me that I could go and walk in when I know I couldn't. And then he said something about me cleaning the mustard on the wall that fellow employees put there, and that wasn't my job. And then he goes, "I'm your fucking boss, and you will fucking do what I fucking tell you to do. You're fucking out of here, buddy." And I said, "Well, fucking thank you, because I'm fucking out of here, buddy." There's some people you can talk to any way you want, and I'm not one of them damn people. Because I told myself when I got the hell out of high school that no one's going to talk to me that way ever the fuck again. And if they do, and if God doesn't stop me, I'm not going to stop until I bludgeon their ass. And, that being said, I took the better side of valor to the manager at Burger King, and I left. But I left my radio, and I came back, and the little fucker was talking about me like a dog. Said that I don't know Kung Fu, and said that I couldn't fight my way out of a wet paper bag full of holes in it. And sadly, he was white, so I'm about to make a racist statement, and I'm going to own that too. And he was just running off at the mouth, and I'm standing there for a good 3 minutes. And when he got to the part about that boy don't know Kung Fu, that half-breed couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag full of holes in it, I opened up my half-breed mouth and said, "I will beat your lily white ass right here, right now." And he goes, "Well, thank you for threatening me in front of grown people." And I was like, "Let me explain something to you about these two grown people. They want me to beat your ass. They just have families that they have to feed and support. Where I, on the other hand, I don't have any children. And I'm not afraid to go to jail. But I am afraid that if I beat your ass, I won't be able to stop. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get my radio and I'm going to leave. And when you get off at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to throw you an ass whooping, because I'll be right outside waiting for you. And also, when I come to get my last paycheck, you're going to treat me with respect. There will be a yes, sir, and no, sir, and a have a good day, sir." I'm going to say, because if they don't, and I was an Undertaker fan, I will snatch you over that motherfucking bar and tombstone the shit out of your ass. I said, then it's going to look like a Bruce Lee fight, because I'm going to fuck this place up, and I'm going to use your body as a battering ram. And then I walked out with the radio. And I got in my car, and I drove over to the Hallmark parking lot. And no sooner than 10 minutes of me getting out of my car and sitting on the hood of my car waiting for this fucker to come out, the cops rolled through. Cops gave me a little bit of shit. I explained to them what the situation was, and I said, "Well, you can't arrest me until I beat his ass." I said, "So if y'all want to stay out here till 5 o'clock, I ain't got a problem with it. But the problem is really simple. I'm going to beat his ass. It's just that simple. When he comes out of Burger King, I'm going to beat his ass. So you can arrest me now, and I can sue your asses for false arrest, because I can threaten anybody I want. It's only a threat. But it doesn't have the right to be arrested until I take action of those threats. So then you have probable cause to arrest me." I said, "Now, if I don't touch him and he drive home and have a car accident, that's not my fault, because I don't know what goddamn car he drives. But I do know I'm going to be out here till 5 o'clock in the morning." So the cops gave me a little bit more shit. I said, "Well, like I said, you can arrest me, because I got fired, but I'm sitting over here. So you can't get me for trespassing, because I'm not over there. But see, when he comes out of there at 5 o'clock, you can get me for trespassing, and you can get me for beating his fucking ass. Because that's the two things that's going to happen when 5 o'clock in the morning come." So then the cops pulled off. They ain't had nothing else to say, because they knew just like I knew, because I studied the law. You can threaten whoever you want. You just got to be prepared for the consequences after you take actions on them threats. Because you can't really arrest anybody for threats unless you were a threat like a government official or like the head of the United States or some shit like that. they take those threats very seriously. But for some management at Burger King or some shit like that, they ain't gonna arrest you for that unless you have a criminal record. So clearly, when they ran a background check on me, they couldn't find nothing outside of a speeding ticket. Because that's the only laws I've ever broken is speeding tickets. I'm real quick to get a speeding ticket. Got a lead foot. I own that. But within 20 minutes of that, after the cops left, my logic brain kicked in and I got bored, so I went the fuck home. Got in my little green Ford Festiva, caught every gear on the way out, went on home. I ain't think nothing else about that shit till I had to go get my last paycheck. And sure as shit, when I got my last paycheck, that asshole was there, and he respected me and did everything I asked. And then I did something exceptionally stupid, which I started loud capping this motherfucker. I should have been grown and walked away from that shit. But I was angry. And like I said, you don't know a person's true self when they close that door at home. You don't know what the hell they do to their family. You don't know who the hell they talk to. You don't know what the hell they do. But I own my shit. And I'm the same guy all the way through. I'm an asshole at home. I'm an asshole in public. But I know how to use my manners. And when I'm at work, I use my manners. But when I ain't at work, I'm me. 1000% me. And that's all I'll tell you that. I'm that guy who's going to talk to you. I'm going to try to teach you right from wrong. And I'm probably going to cuss while I'm doing it. And I don't know how to control the tone of my voice, so I'm going to be pretty damn loud. But I own that shit. And if I tell you something wrong, it's only because I did not know that I was wrong. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong because I've done extensive research on some of the shit I say before I fucking say it. But for the most part, laws have changed now. I wouldn't go around threatening anybody because the way the world has been working lately, one bad threat and your ass can be locked up for nothing. It happens. You know, you'd be surprised at what you can get locked up for these days. You might even get locked up for farting in an elevator. You never know. Hasn't happened yet, but you never know. And by the end of that, you know, I've owned every bad thing that I've done. You know, so I know that the people that I've owned it to don't have to forgive me. They don't have to accept my apology. That's fine. I own not giving a damn about that. You know, as long as I know I owned what I done, I'm good. Now, as far as everybody else is concerned, yeah, it is what it is. Either you're going to like the shit I say, or you're not. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, no one wants to own when they do something wrong to someone else. Especially when it's family. So think that into advisement. Own your shit. Or here's a tip. Don't do dumb shit. Be seeing ya.